Alright, doggy. Do you want some food? I'll give food to all the doggies. What is wrong with you, KK? According to the doctors, my gallbladder was completely rotted and they feared of it developed cancer or tuberculosis, so they sent for a biopsy, and I was so fearful the entire week. Turns out it was rotten, but no infections or diseases were found, so that was a relief. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I mean, I imagine that was scary. Glad it turned out, like, I'm glad it turned out alright, man. That's... By the way, I watched Terrifier 3. How'd you like it? I haven't seen it yet. How'd you like it? Loved every part of it. Nice. I know they're doing a fourth one. I think the fourth is gonna be the final one. And it sounds like that's Damien's plan. It's so brutal. Yeah, I need to see it. I heard they're making a... I think it's out, right? Like somebody made a beat 'em up game of it. Smile 2 is out too. Need to watch that. Yeah, Argo watched that the other day. He liked it. I need to watch Smile 2 also. I literally haven't seen anything. I'm also looking forward to Nosferatu. I just ran into my friend today who's he's a movie critic for, well, he used to be a critic, now he just does junket interviews. He works for Joe Blow. I ran into him today and he just saw Nosferatu. And he saw a screening of it back in July too. But yeah, he just saw Nosferatu the other day, and he's just like, it's so good, and it's gorgeous. And I've seen a few people like online that have seen screenings of it, and they've all said the same thing, where they're just like, it's just a gorgeous movie. How are we gonna get up there? I need a Tengu. There's a ladder on this building. But yeah, I also haven't seen, I haven't seen Stream either. Which I need to see it, because that's the one that my friend directed, that one. And I have a bunch of friends that are in it. And Tony Todd is in it. And, you know, unfortunately we just lost him. There are no Tengus nearby. This is the closest one? That can't be how you get up there. Nosferatu is good. I like vampire movies though. Yeah, everybody that's seen Nosferatu, because I think it comes out in like 2 weeks or something, right? Like the beginning of December. But they've been doing screenings of it since pretty much like July, June, July. And, like I said, like my friend saw it twice now and said it's great. And then, like I said, I've seen like other people online, like not people that I know personally, but just like influencers that have seen it. And they're just like, that movie was beautiful. And I like Eggers anyway. Like I like Eggers' work. Like I wasn't a huge fan of The Lighthouse. Like I like The Lighthouse, but it's definitely like one of those movies. It's like I don't need to see this movie ever again. But like The Witch, I love The Witch. I think that movie's fantastic. Like I said, I didn't hate The Lighthouse. It was a great movie, but I don't need to see it again. It's like Midsummer. I liked Midsummer, but I never need to see that movie again. Like, people are also appreciating The Substance. A lot of people have said The Substance is great. Yeah, even Argyle. Argyle tells me I need to see The Substance. The Witch is a slow burn, affected me mentally, and I loved it. Yeah. Yeah, I really like The Witch. Like I said, I enjoyed The Lighthouse. Didn't love it. I don't need to see it again. But even that movie was, like, well done. Like, it was shot beautifully. Eric refuses to watch it. He's not a horror fan. Yeah, that's me. You know me. Horror movies. Psh. I spit on horror movies. I only watch Tyler Perry comedies now. I'm looking forward to Medea's Christmas times 23. No, I need to see that. Also, I saw that Alien Romulus is now on Hulu, so I need to watch that. Eric, I think you would love some dark comedy. I actually do like dark comedy. Although I don't really like the last dark comedy I've watched, but I do enjoy dark comedies. Where do I need to go? Where does it want me to go? Can I get up there? Kaylee Coco is in it. Watched a based on true TV. Watched based on a true story TV show. Is that what it's called, or are you saying watched a based on a true story? And if that's not what it's called, what is it called? I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do this, but that's how we're going to do this. So we need to get up there. Really, game? It didn't even fucking jump? I hit the jump button for the record. Yes, based on a true story. It's the name of the show. Okay, where'd you see that at? And was it good? Would you recommend it? And guys, I hit the jump button. That was some bullshit. I call shenanigans with this game. Okay, how are we getting up there? It's on Peacock and Prime. It's an awesome dark comedy. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Put it on the list. How am I getting up there? There's not a Tengu around. I need to get up top. I'm not seeing... I'm not seeing any ladders. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get up there. Yeah, I have no fucking idea what I'm supposed to do. Okay, I have... Oh my god. I have used the spectral vision here so many times. You guys can watch the VOD. So the game makes you wander around aimlessly before it'll allow it to trigger. That's dumb. Because I knew there was something there because that's what the silhouette was. Like that silhouette right there. That's stupid. That is bad game design. Gwen, if you're still here, don't do that in your game. That's bad game design. Plot synopsis. A realtor, a former tennis star, and a plumber sees a unique opportunity to capitalize on America's obsession with true crime. I've been watching Only Murders in the Building. I've been enjoying that. But now I'm on the 4th season, which is the most recent season. So when I finish it, I'm going to be sad, because I will have no more episodes to watch. I love that show. Yeah, I'm liking it a lot. Like I said, I hadn't watched it until now, so... You know, I've been missing out on the last 4 years. Selena Gomez is a great... Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely great in that show. Bam, we got the cell phone. The Garakai. A term referring to a style of flip phones unique to Japan, whose features followed a separate evolutionary path from the rest of the globe. She was a singer, if I'm not wrong. She may have been. I think she came from... I think she was in High School Musical. I know she was a Disney star. I think she came from High School Musical. Yeah. No, did not play in High School Musical, but she did. Well, what did she come from? Who am I thinking of that was in High School Musical? What was she in? Because she was a Disney star. Selena Gomez. Or was she just always a singer and I'm just wrong? Let's take a look here. Actress. See all. Jesus, she's got... Her resume is insane. Spy Kids 3, yeah, but nobody knows her from that. What would she have been known for? She did some Hannah Montana. Yeah, it looks like she just, another Cinderella story. Sweet Life on Deck, Wizards of Waverly. Was she in? But she wasn't in the TV show, she was just in the movie. Yeah, I thought she came from, No, she was in Wizards of Waverly Place. 106 episodes, 2007 to 2012. Yeah, I always thought that she was in. Has she dated a singer? I think she dated Bieber a long time. She may have. Yeah, who was in High School Musical? Zac Efron. Which they filmed in Salt Lake while I was living there. Oh, Vanessa Hudgens. That's who it was. So she came from Wizards of Waverly. Well, she did a lot before that, though, but that seems to be like... Eric, you like musical movies? No, I've never even seen... I mean, well, I guess some. I'm not against musicals, but they're not like my go-to. I've never seen High School Musical, obviously. Because I'm not, I think that came out when I was like 30 years old. I wasn't about to watch, a musical of a bunch of high school kids. I don't mind musicals, like... I don't know if I have, like, a least favorite genre, honestly, like... I guess, like, if there is, like, if spoof movies are dramas, or, are genres, then probably that. Like, like in the 2000s where they had, like... Every movie and genre was being spoofed. I'm not down for that. Like, I'm not down for stupid comedies. Like Scary Movie? I don't mind Scary Movie, but Scary Movie was kind of the catalyst for all of them. Then you had, like, Date Movie and... I don't remember the name of all of them. Like there's like literally like every summer there was a new like spoof movie. But like Scary Movie, I didn't mind. I think they drug on for too long, but Wayans Brothers also weren't involved. But I know that the Wayans Brothers are back for Scary Movie 6, so we'll see how that turns out. Not Another Teen Movie I liked. I thought that was a good one. But again, that was like the beginning of that craze of just making horrible spoof movies, because they make them cheap. They make them like it felt like they were just like greenlighting like how fast can you get us a comedy, and I say comedy loosely because they got bad, right? How fast can you get us a comedy so we can make a movie for this summer? And again, it just felt like it was just like every summer you get like 2 or 3 of them. I think Scary Movie was one of those so bad that it's good kind of things. I didn't mind Scary Movie 1. And I didn't mind Scary Movie... I think Scary Movie 2 was better than Scary Movie 1, but like... I think, again, the Wayans left after Scary Movie 2. Maybe 3. I think after 2 was when they left. But then they just got... Like, I don't think the spoofs work if you're spoofing just to spoof, right? Like all comedy, like, there has to be some kind of intelligence to the comedy. And when you stop, like, trying, when you're just like, oh... Like, I can't even give an example, you know what I mean? Like... But when you're specifically making a joke just because it's referencing something, where you're like, oh, this is referencing, Annie, you know, little orphan Annie. Like, it's not. It just becomes like lowbrow like it just becomes like low hanging fruit, and it's just like, you know. But then you look at like old comedies, like, you know, because again I grew up in the '80s. And you know, like movies like the now I know that, you know, The Jerk was definitely before my time, but like movies like The Jerk, like those kind of comedies are just, they're funny. Or like Spaceball, even Spaceball, you know, even though Spaceballs was a spoof movie, Spaceballs was good. You know what I mean? Like, it was smart. It was. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna, if we consider spoof movies as a genre, then that's my least favorite genre. Eric, since you know lots of technical things behind the scenes which audience don't notice, I have a question about effects in horror movies. I can try to answer, but I'm not an effects person. What makes a jump scare effective, and is it an overused technique? So I wouldn't consider that an effects thing. My opinion on jump scares, I think when you put in a jump scare just to have a jump scare, you're just cheating, right? Like you're not scary because it's scary. You're scary because like all of a sudden there's a loud noise that the audience wasn't anticipating. Yes, it's true. People who die on screen die in real life too. It's true. It is true. It's why you never see the victims doing conventions, because they're all dead. So like I personally, like I hate criticizing film, like, because like I don't know. But with that being said, like I think an example, like, do you think jump scares technique is used? No, not necessarily. So an example I'll give of like where I think a jump scare was good, the one that comes to mind is did you ever see The Grudge with Sarah Michelle Gellar? Yes. So I think a good jump scare in that is like when she's when she's being chased in the apartment, like she looks through the peephole and it's like her boyfriend or something, but she gets the phone call as her boyfriend's like, hey, like, you know, like, where are you, or something like that. So she realizes that the guy that's at her apartment is not her. She opens the door or something and he's not there. I can't remember exactly how it goes down. But then she jumps in her bed and she's like hiding under the covers. And then she looks under the covers and then the spirit's there and she's like, ah, and grabs her. I think that's a good jump scare. jump scares that I don't like. You see it a lot at the end of like horror movies, where the horror movie will like end, and it's like right before the credits, right? So it'll be something like let's say that like like you're watching a movie, I'm in my condo, and I escape the killer. Like let's say it's a ghost or something, right? And so you think it's like ending, and I'm like, oh, I'm ending, and then like I walk out the door, and you think everything's resolved, and then the camera pans back and goes like takes a track into my room or something, and then all of a sudden like the ghost pops up, and I'm like, ah! It's a dumb jump scare. It doesn't work. It's cheap. It's lazy, and horror movies do it all the fucking time. All the time. And it's not effective. It's stupid. I hate it. That's a silly jump scare. Yeah. So like those kind of jump scares, like they're not good, right? Like so that's why I think that they don't work. Is when like you see it coming, it's expected, you know what's happening, and there's no reason for it. Like there's absolutely no reason for that jump scare. Right? Like, so again, going back to like The Grudge, like that jump scare works. And it's there for a reason, right? Like, I wish there was a jump scare point redemption. You mean like in which way? Like the screaming in my ear, or you want me to be like, ah? What do you want? I mean, I'll make one for you. What do you want me to do? So it is an overused technique. I wouldn't say that they're overused. Like, it just depends on how you use it. Right? Like, another one that I think works is, like, I mean, I get the movie's old now, so, like, it's not that scary in relation, but, like, the original Carrie, at the very end when she's at the grave and she puts the flowers down and then, like, the hand reaches up and grabs her. It wasn't and you know what I mean? Like, especially at the time, like, that wasn't, like, an expected cheap scare like it is now. I don't know if I would say it was I don't know if it was really effective as far as a jump scare at the, you know, even back then, but like even the end of Nightmare on Elm Street, the original one, like you see them driving off and then Freddy's hand comes through the door and grabs her and pulls her in. Like, I don't know if that worked as a jump scare per se, but it works as like a storytelling element. So like even if like it doesn't, like even if like you didn't experience like a jump scare out of that, like it's still like, hey, this isn't over, right? Like a loud jump scare noise and or image that pops up on the screen to scare you. I can look into it. Like Bilbo from Lotra. I can look into something. In my opinion, I think creativity is also needed with jump scares. James Wan does it pretty well, and so does Johnny. Right, and that's kind of what I was getting at. It's just like you have to know how to do it, right? Like if you put it in, like if you have a jump scare, just have a jump scare. You're not going to execute it. It's the same as like this one. Like this one drives me absolutely crazy. When filmmakers break the fourth wall, and they don't know how to break the fourth wall. Did you say Lotra? Yeah. So like when you break the fourth wall, it's jarring for the audience, right? Like, because all of a sudden, because you're like, when you're watching a movie, the movie is basically like you are watching this from afar. You're not you're not there. You're just witnessing these events happen to somebody. So when they break the fourth wall and they look directly at you as the audience member, it can be jarring, and so it needs to be done in a way that it's not jarring, or that there's like a natural comedic element to it. So like obviously Deadpool is an example of breaking the fourth wall in a comedic way. But that's the character in the comics as well. Another example is like Seth Green in Can't Hardly Wait, right? And it was an accident. Like he didn't intend to break the fourth wall, but there's that one moment. Did I just like lock myself in here? There's that one moment when he's like overhearing the girls talk about how they're like, oh, the next guy who talks to me I'm going to sleep with, and he looks in the, like, he's just like, oh my god, and he looks in the camera accidentally, and it works. But then when you have a movie that's just like, they want they intentionally have the character like talking like, so it's a camera setup where it's like I'm talking to you and maybe you're talking to me, and so it's me talking directly to you, and I'm like, hey you, Argoblarg, you really gonna say that to my face? But like you don't see the other person, so it's just like I'm talking directly into the camera. And then on the flip side, then goes to Argyle, but because he's not reacting to, they're not capturing that reaction. You got these like fake reactions where I'm like, and then I'm like they just don't work, right? Like breaking the fourth wall, just to like breaking the fourth wall, you have to know how to do it.